Hello, everyone. So, all you seniors out there, how many of you have senioritis? Yeah, me too. So, you know that speech I was supposed to be giving today? Well, I just didn't really feel like writing one. I mean, end of the year and all, it should be done with homework by now. So I did what every slacker does when they want to slack off on their homework, but make it look like they did it. I went online. I went to freespeech.com, actually, and I knew that this was going to be great, because on the top of the website, there was this message in big red letters that said, "This is not a scam." Yeah, so I went ahead, ordered a speech, made sure, I had a good amount of time for it to come in the mail, and I was just so excited for it to come. I mean, the product description was delicious. A sweet and juicy discussion of the joys of high school with a solid pit of meaningful reflections about the future and a light, fuzzy coating of past school memories. Doesn't that just sound like something you could eat? So everything was going to be great. It really was. But you know how UPS can be? They say 3 to 5 business days, and they really mean more like 35. So this morning, I checked the mail, and yeah, there was nothing there. So then, I did what every slacker does when their plan to slack off backfires. I started freaking out. For the next hour, I was just running around the house, doing all sorts of crazy things, doing jumping jacks upside down, licking the windows, screaming things in French, Italian, Lebanese, Mongol, Czechoslovakian. Yeah, I was pretty much doomed. But then inspiration struck. Instead of giving a graduation speech, I'll give graduation peach. And one moment. I have lots to share. If any of you want some, just come see me after the ceremony. Yeah. So I'm kidding. I actually did write a speech. That was just a clever ploy to get your attention. Because I just wanted to start off on a light note, because after this, it gets a little heavier. And in return for the cool story and these peaches, I'm hoping that you guys will be super attentive and thoughtful for the next bit, because the rest is serious stuff. It's often said that right now is one of the most important times in our lives. The end of childhood, the beginning of independence, time to look back on all those happy memories and look forward to what's coming next. But I won't go into all the reasons that now is an important time in our lives, because that would get really boring pretty fast. I'm just going to talk about one of them, the one that I think is the most important. That reason is this. Right now is the time to make some crucial decisions that will define us for the rest of our lives. These decisions range from what to study in college, to what groups of people to socialize with, to what we want a relationship with our parents to be. Some are as small as, what kind of clothes should I get to update my college wardrobe? Some are as big as, what should I pursue as a career? But behind all these questions, no matter what size, is one overarching question. Who do I want to be? I challenge all of you to ask yourselves this question now. No, not right now. Enjoy your graduation. Have fun at all your parties. Take a moment to be completely self-absorbed and think about nothing else except how happy you are, how exciting today is, how far you've come in the past 13 years since kindergarten. But tomorrow, when the party's over, when the excitement's died down and maybe the only thing you want to do is nothing. Just lose yourself to the laziness of summer. Tomorrow, Think about who you want to be. Start picturing in your head the person you'll be in 5 years, 10 years, 20. Imagine yourself on your deathbed, how you want to feel when you look back on all your life. I know that deathbed stuff sounds dramatic, but it's true. The decisions we make now, more than ever, will shape the rest of our lives. And when we're on our deathbeds, looking back on our lives, most of what we see will be a consequence of our decisions we make in the next few months and years. If 20 years from now, you never left Wairika and you're stuck in a low-paying job, it's probably because you never went to college or took initiative to find something greater. If 20 years from now you're stuck in a job you hate, maybe you did go to college, but you chose a major that just wasn't you. If 20 years from now you're on your deathbed because you partied your life away and overdosed on drugs, that lifestyle probably started in high school or college. If 20 years from now you're happy, have a great family, love your job, you probably followed your heart and made some wise, thoughtful decisions when you were right here, right now. These decisions are exactly as serious, terrifying, and crucial as they sound. And sometimes people mess up their lives with the decisions they make right now just because they have no idea what they want. But luckily there is a way to be sure of making the right decisions, something that can guide you in the right direction no matter where you go. That's knowing who you want to be. What does that even mean, knowing who you want to be? And how do you become it? Well, I can't tell you who you want to be, but I can tell you who I want to be. I want to be someone who's insightful, kind, compassionate, level-headed, hardworking, interesting, good at being myself in public, good at talking to people, a talented writer, and a lot of other things. If any of you think that I'm some of these things right now, it's not because I'm automatically like that. It's taken so much work and so much thinking throughout high school to become the person I am today. Although I will admit that in my case, good parents were probably about 60% of the deal.
Yes.
Besides hard work and
65.
thinking, being who you want to be takes being honest with yourself. To become better, you have to see who you are right now, even the bad parts. Maybe you're lazier than you'd like to be. You get angry easily. You have a negative outlook, or you just don't like the crowd you're hanging out with. Admitting our flaws is hard, but it's the first step to overcoming them. I'll admit that I have all sorts of flaws that keep me from being the person I'd like to be. I have a horrible temper at home. I put myself first sometimes, and I'm super self-conscious when I talk to people. But I'm always working to overcome these, and I have no doubt that someday I will. You know, we spend so much of high school thinking about our physical flaws. How many of you in the audience have spent time thinking about how you're too fat or too ugly or you have too many zits or your butt's too big? These things just don't matter. We can't do a lot to change them, and the things we can do are usually unhealthy. It's much more worth our time to think about our personal flaws, which we can change.